Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you. Today, we have the Three Rivers Manufacturing Nerd, or as it will be called the rest of this video, the TRM Nerd, because I have a really hard time saying Three Rivers Manufacturing. It gives me stumble tongue. So we're just going to say TRM from here on out. But pretty cool little knife. Emphasis on little. Overall length of 5.5 inches and blade length of 2.2 inches. So it is a little bitty thing. Absolutely, for sure. It is kind of a fifth pockety sort of knife, which it does excel at that. $179 was what this first run of them cost, because they have these gorgeous marble scales, so it's a bit more expensive. There is another run that you can sign up for in April, and I assume they will have more scale options at that time. So keep an eye out for that. That's how TRM sells stuff. It's like you have to sign up on the site, and they let you know when you can buy one. And the wait times have decreased a lot, so don't let that turn you off too much. And they're going to just get shorter and shorter as time goes on. They bought some more machines and stuff if you follow them on Instagram. Yeah, there'll be more coming out. 20 CV steel. And as I said, these gorgeous marble carbon. So it's not like you're getting ripped off at $179, but it is pretty pricey for a knife this small. Absolutely. And that's going to be part of my complicated conclusions at the end. I will also say that a lot of you guys, I post reviews of small knives and you just reply in the comments, it's too small. Cool story. I know that not everybody loves small knives, but a lot of people do. I would say small knives, like especially when you get down in this under 2.5 inch, it's kind of like, I know the British would call it, it's like a Marmite thing. You know, that Marmite's some kind of yeasty sort of spread they put on bread and sandwiches and stuff over there. And half the people love it, half the people hate it. So I think small knives are like that. You either love them or you hate them. That's cool. But yeah, put something more than it's too small in the comments. That's not helpful to anybody. Because some people do like them this small. But yeah, let's do some specs and size comparisons before I keep rambling on about British culture, because that's kind of pointless. We have an overall length of 5.5 inches, as I said. Blade length, as I said, of 2.2 inches. Blade thickness, very, very thin, just 0.09 inches. Handle thickness of 0.41 inches. And a weight, according to my scales, of 1 3/4 ounces. So it is a very, very light little thing. Size comparisons, we're going to do some different ones than we usually do. Primarily because this is just a small knife, and I had to zoom in so much that some of the bigger ones wouldn't even show up. So we'll do one of our usuals, the Spyderco Para 3, and one of our usuals when we're doing smaller knives like this. This is the Spyderco Dragonfly 2. This is the Warncliffe version. But you can see it's about Dragonfly size. It's right about there. And we're going to compare it to, here's a new one. I know some of you guys got them, and the new Wee Odium is going to be roughly like this too, about the same size, or Civivi Odium, I'm sorry. This is the Ferrum Forge Mini Archbishop. And we'll grab the Civivi McKenna. So you can see, yeah, obviously it's pretty small. Now we're going to bring out two more TRMs, the other two TRMs that I own, because one is particularly applicable here. So one is a big one. This is one of the smallest knives that TRM makes, and this is the biggest, the Atom. You see, it's way smaller than that. And one of my favorite slip joints I've ever owned, this is the Atlas. Now you will see it is very similar in size to the Atlas, and that's kind of what it is intended to be. It's kind of a locking Atlas. You can see the blade shapes are a little bit different. A few little things are a little bit different, but this was kind of based on the idea of making a knife the size of the Atlas, but with a locking blade. And they definitely did succeed in that. Put that away. Now, let's get down to the brass tacks about this knife. So, first of all, as I said, the looks, I think it looks really cool. It is a very nice looking knife. I like this bit smaller clip. The deep carry clip on the Atlas, I always felt was a little bit big. This is a little bit shorter, which is nice. That marbled carbon is gorgeous. Fit and finish is awesome, as it always is on TRMs. I love this recessed logo that also functions as, you know, the opening hole, but it's not quite a hole. I really do like that. I think it looks very classy and very cool. I love the blade shape. Aesthetically, it looks really great. Just a really Really nice looking knife. Absolutely. You cannot deny that, I don't think. As far as the blade goes, 20 CV, they do a great job with it at TRM. As always from TRM, this came sharp as a razor blade. I love how in their boxes they always say, caution, very sharp, and they ain't kidding. So as a matter of fact, let me get the box because they did make some improvements on this. I showed this on the giveaway one, but because we did recently just give away a TRM, but I haven't shown it in an actual review. So yeah, like I said, it said little bag says, warning, extremely sharp, handle with care, with a little puppy on it. And one of their stickers, a little puppy on it. And now it's got this nice little padded case for it to sit in. Or not case, but, you know, padded box for it to sit in. There's some literature in there and stuff that's stuck inside the box. Very colorful box. Nice improvement over what they had before. What they had before was kind of just generic off-the-shelf white box with a sticker on the outside of it. So that's really nice. I do like that. But yeah, very slicey little blade. It is extremely nice. It is a great little slicer. I do really enjoy that about it. You'd expect from a TRM, thin blade stock, really sharp blade, 20 CV. It's going to hold up well. It's a great little slicer. Again, emphasis on the little. Ergonomically, this is where you'd expect some problems. And it's not perfect ergonomically, I will say, but it's not bad for a little fifth pocket knife. There is a forward choil that you can use. It is one that you want to use, I would say, with care. With my fingers, I have pretty skinny fingers, but long ones. But it works all right. And I watched, if you want to go check out their video to promote another channel, it does need promoting. Birdshot 4 did theirs, and and Bird has much bigger hands than me, and he could still use it fine. So it's probably okay. And when you do that with my skinny fingers, it's like the 3 3/4 finger knife. It's not bad at all to use. But I think if you had fatter fingers, it would probably be a 3-finger knife. But that's not mostly how I use it. I found myself mostly using it, like opening boxes and stuff like that. And I kind of pinch grip it and just put my finger up here. And it works great for that. It's an amazing little box cutter for that. It works extremely well. But not too bad ergonomically at all. Now, not perfect, but not too bad. Now, carry-wise, it is, like I said, the perfect fifth pocket knife. Yes, and I'm not even going to bother sticking it in this pocket because you just know. Okay, it doesn't weigh anything. It's tiny. It's fine. Yeah, you don't even know that it's there. But it works really well in this fifth pocket. I really like it a lot. It's just, it goes in 90% completely. For some reason, these jeans, even though they're working pants, have a really small fifth pocket. In my Levi's, this drops completely in and it disappears completely. And it's just a really nice little fifth pocket knife. If you want a fancy fifth pocket knife, it works extremely well. And there's no flipper tab or anything like that. So it carries extremely well, especially in that fifth pocket or in your main pocket, whatever. But it does carry really well. You'd expect so. It's small, it's light, it has a deep carry clip. Of course it's going to. Action-wise, now they designed it just to be kind of slow rolled. Like that's kind of was the intent of it. Because again, this is kind of, a little secondary knife. But you're not going to intimidate anybody open it like that. It does slow roll open very nicely. The action is very smooth, I will say. Lockup's pretty good. Centering's all good and all that stuff. But you can spidey flick it. It's not as easy when you have a tripod in the way, and you do have to give it a little bit of wrist. But yeah, you can spidey flick it pretty easy. I know again, to mention Birdshot's video, Bird was doing it like crazy. So yeah, it does work for that. You got to leave a little bit of wrist on mine anyway. I would not mind the detent being dialed up just a tick, a skosh and a quarter perhaps. But other than that, it's yeah, you can spuddy flick it, and it is a smooth action. Something this small is never going to be drop shutty. It's just it's close to it, but it's just gravity. So you're always going to give it a few wiggles to get it shut, but it's still not bad. So what is my overall conclusion on this? Well, it's complicated. I don't love it as much as I have the other TRMs that I've had. I still really like it, and it is preventing me from buying another knife. I was going to go get a Spyderco Lil Native because I really missed mine. Those are up to $126 now. And that previously I thought was, kind of my ultimate fifth pocket carry sort of knife. I do like this one better just because it has a bit more of a cool factor. It's not as fun to fidget with as the Little Native is, but it does have better materials. Does have a bit of a cool factor to it. It's prettier, and now the Little Native's 125. It's almost exactly the same size as this. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this and not get the Little Native. I think this is probably the ultimate cool fifth pocket carry knife you can buy, but do you want to spend $180 on that? A lot of people are. I mean, they sold them out, and I'm sure they're going to sell it the next run and the next run and the next one after that, because it is a really undeniably cool knife. You just have to decide whether or not it's worth $180 to have that, as a fifth pockety knife. Because am I gonna use this all the time as like a primary? Probably when I go to shows and stuff like that, because it's completely indiscreet. It'll just sit in that fifth pocket and no one knows it's there. But I also do have the Atlas, which I thought, well, maybe I'll sell the Atlas and keep this. But the Atlas is a slip joint, so it's legal, even more legal than this is. And, some cities have that under 2.5-inch law. So it's not just a fifth pocket knife. Even like, I know Boston has that 2.5-inch blade. Like, this is a really cool 2.5-inch knife. Like, it's undeniably a cool 2.5-inch knife. So if you're looking at something for the fifth pocket, or you have the legal restriction, then it's a good shout. But I don't know about being if you want a small, discreet EDC. I mean, these are sold out at the moment, but they're going to be back. But the Ferrum Forge Archbishop, Mini Archbishop, there's knives like this, the Spyderco Chaparral, stuff like that. If you don't have that under 2.5-inch limit, I would probably go for something like that more than something like this. But that's not what they were intending to do. They also make the Neutron, which is 3-inch. So they weren't intending for that. They were just intending to make a really cool small knife, and they did. It just depends on whether or not that's your thing. I really like it. I'm definitely going to keep it for a while. And like I said, it's cured me from my desire to buy another Little Native. So that's kind of my conclusion. That's rambly and nonsensical, but that's what I'm going with. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.